Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with a duo action figure review as we have the Elite 2-pack Imperium. We've got Giovanni Vinci, or Vinci. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name all that well, so you will probably hear me fuck up his name quite a bit. And we also have Ludwig Kaiser. Of course I can pronounce his name just fine, and I can't lie. It's actually kind of lit finally having a figure of him in particular, as I've seen him live before, and you know, him giving that introduction to Gunther and shit like that, pretty top notch dude. I can't really say much bad things about the performance there. Anyways, that was a bit random. Of course, we'll take a nice gander at the box, as this is a custom box here. Of course, with it being a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. The only thing I don't like about mine personally is how it looks like someone opened it and retaped it, and I kind of makes me a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, you know, you got all the nice little promotional packages here. Nothing too fancy on the bottom. I think we did check the bottom a second ago, but meh, beats me. Of course, with all that being said, let's get these two out of their plastic prisons and we can take a good gander at all of these men and, yeah, all these men, these two men and all of their accessories. Well, normally this is where we would get into the figure review, but I'm gonna have a little bit of editing and fixing to do because Ludwig Kaiser has a very stiff one right here. I can't get this to move back into place like it should, and that terrifies me. So yeah, before we continue the review, I'm gonna go fix this boy.
2,000 years later.
Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got the little Ludwig Kaiser leg debacle all figured out, we can go over all the accessories that both him and Giovanni Vinci, or Giovanni Vinci, I don't know exactly how to pronounce his last name, but we'll go over all of their accessories. First things first, of course, we're going to go over all the hands, especially the fact that Ludwig Kaiser does come with a couple of cool, unique hands. And so, going over the similar hands, we've got a set of fist hands for each man, and we also get a set of open mic hands or weapon hands, whatever you would like to call that. Ludwig Kaiser, though, comes with his, like, ladies and gentlemen hands as he's getting ready to, like, introduce Gunther. If I could actually, you know, focus on the damn hands. It's really cool and a nice, unique hand sculpt to have here. So I'll take every cool little piece that we can get. Speaking of cool little pieces, of course, if you knew, both men do come with similar entrance jackets, and they both come with their own individual shirts. Giovanni only has a shirt that says Imperium on it, but Ludwig Kaiser actually has his own shirt that says LK, European Elegance. So, you know, all nice quality stuff here. Can't really complain about either of these entrance jackets. They both feel really good in hand. And with all that being said, since he was the one who kind of messed up first, we can go over Ludwig Kaiser first. But first things first, last little accessory piece, kind of like with most of the Ringside exclusives, we've got an Imperium entrance banner piece here. Such a nice little piece to have, especially here in the background. You know, you got them all standing there. Either way, doesn't really matter. Let's get into this man here before his leg goes back into fucking, like, shock or whatever the hell was happening earlier, because at first he was not able to kick his one leg forward. If you noticed, you noticed. But meh, with all that being said, he does have a really interesting formula, I will say that the least. He's got a really ripped torso, which I'll be honest, this torso would probably work for people like Finn Balor as well. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked Mattel hasn't tried to do that yet. Of course, you've got his, I'm not exactly sure what exact color, but we've got the reddish colored tights, or maybe you could say brown, I don't know. I think they're more of like a reddish, maybe like reddish purple. But you've also got the Ludwig Kaiser on the back of the tights. You've got the LK on the boots down here. You've also got the white laces on the boots. The Grayson Waller knee pads, which I don't know if I really like these, but it also could just be a stiff bend in the knee, as the Grayson Waller knee pads on the Grayson Waller figures are not really all that hard to bend, so I'm assuming he has pinless legs, which are always going to be a problem in my opinion, just because it doesn't feel like they get any better really. They get better for some figures, and then others they're kind of trashy. But the Grayson Waller knee pads with the black lowers, all black boots with white laces and the white soles, black wrist tape, it's all really nice, especially considering that I don't know if he's had any basics before, but this Ludwig Kaiser head scan is like on point. I can't even complain about that head scan. Not a single chip or nothing in the Ludwig Kaiser, maybe a little bit like here on the thigh that I'm noticing, but nothing like major. Nothing kind of like Giovanni Vinci here. Looking at his head scan, it's a nice head scan, I like it. I don't know if the beard just didn't get fully printed here or not, as you can see got a little piece of his goatee missing, and he's also got white and black paint smudges on top of his head. I could probably fix that with no problem. It's just more or less remembering to do so. Got no wrist tape unlike his buddy over there, but he does have Giovanni Vinci or Vinci. He is also one of the ones that has pinless legs. So even with smaller knee pads, and this is what I was trying to say with the Ludwig Kaisers, that even with the smaller knee pads, these are a pain in the ass to bend. But honestly, not a bad figure build for him either, as we've got the Bobby Roode Apollo Crews style torso. Nice big arms. You got white lowers underneath the black knee pads. You got the GV on the boots. If it would focus at least. There we go. It kind of focused there. And kind of like his buddy, unlike the soles, he's got white laces for the boots. So, you know, articulation and all that aside, these figures are pretty damn good. I can't lie. Though I did have to fix the Ludwig Kaiser, so that will definitely take away some sort of points. But with all that being said, why don't we get them all like geared up and maybe get into our final thoughts now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got their entrance jackets back on them, we've got Gunther's Ultimate Edition figure, I want to say from Series 21 or 22, something like that, I'm not exactly sure. The one with John Cena and Jey Uso, also in that line. Did a review on that figure already, so if you've been paying attention, no, I will not be reviewing that. But when it comes down to it, I love the way this looks, having them all have matching entrance like jackets, their tights match, I want to say. This is the perfect set, and I can't lie, for how much the Kaiser and Vinci cost, for how much the Gunther cost, I think it was pretty well worth it, though I did have to fix the Kaiser technically, but we won't go there. If anything, what I do have to say is with all the accessories, with how decent they move despite in the knees, this set alone is gonna easily get an 8 out of 10. And I say it like that just because the Giovanni was like perfect, I feel. Maybe his arms are a little bit too big. I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Either way, he looks exactly how he should, despite the little paint scuffs on the head. Kaiser looks exactly how he should, I feel. I don't have any problem with his formula because Kaiser is a jacked individual, and it shows in figure form as well, as it should. Head scan is perfect on the Kaiser as well. All the accessories are perfect, nothing wrong with them as far as I'm aware of. And with that, yeah, I'm going to give these guys a good solid 8, besides having to fix the Kaiser and the little bit of paint chips on the Giovanni. Pretty well worth it set, especially while Ringside has that Black Friday sale going on. I highly recommend maybe picking this up. And if you know how to fix the leg problem that most modern Mattel figures have been having recently, what you do is you take like a cup of hot water that you nuke in the microwave, or you boil a pot of water. If you're a kid, highly recommend you grab your parent, but why are you watching me? I curse too much usually. Anyway, you dunk the legs in there, you pop the leg itself off, maybe leave it in the boiling water for a little bit longer, you pop it back on, you move it around, you do all that, and that should usually help fix it somewhat. Sometimes there's still a little bit of resistance there, but I'd rather have a little bit of resistance there and still be able to bend the figure than have no resistance at all and or have too much to the point where the leg snaps off. RIP to Action Figure Universe's Chad Gable, because that's what happened to his Chad Gable. At least I'm assuming so. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember the exact story of how it broke. I just know the leg broke, and that's actually a reason as to why it can happen. So, just keep an eye out when it comes to modern day figures. At least on Mattel's side. AEW side, I don't know. I haven't really bought a lot of the recent AEW figures, and that's just because they haven't been putting a lot of decent stuff out, really. Like, yeah, there's some stuff out there that's, like, nice and all, but, meh, that's whatever. But with that being said, of course, we do have the Dave Meltzer star rating review that we have to do on this as well. And with that being said, well, honestly, I gave him a good solid 8. I think I'll give him, kind of like the Swerve Strickland, I'll give these two a good solid 8.4, 4.4 out of 5 stars. Just a little bit of stuff that could have carried it, maybe. Alternative head scans, just a bit more expression stuff, I guess. I don't know. We got plenty of hands, we got plenty of accessories, so that's really the only thing I could think of other than Giovanni's paint chips and Ludwig Kaiser's leg problem. Other than that, though, I don't know really what else to say, so I guess we can start signing off here. So if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't, womp womp, I guess. But if you did like the video, feel free to go check out some of my other action figure reviews and or unboxings and or pick fed matches. We are currently working on Balor vs. Silver as we speak. Was working on it a little bit earlier. Well, technically, yeah, a little bit earlier. And yesterday. Trying to get it out, maybe potentially before Thanksgiving, who knows. But with all that being said, we'll just have to figure it out. And anything else realistically, if you would like to, feel free to follow me on Instagram. If not, maybe give a subscription here onto YouTube. You know, after all, it is free to subscribe. Currently sitting at 294 last I looked, unless it changed and that dude unsubscribed as soon as he possibly could. sometimes it happens, so not really shocked when it does. But yeah, we're at 294, almost at 300, which is going to be the goal, at least for the end of the year. I don't plan on getting to 400 by the end of the year. If I do, though, that'd be crazy. And with anything else being said, no, I don't think so. I can't really remember my outro at the moment. I'm tired as shit. It's like 6:21 now in the morning. I haven't slept yet since I took my nap yesterday after I worked on the Fed and all that stuff. Plus I did stuff for my birthday, which yeah, it was my birthday yesterday as of recording this. Don't know when you're watching this, but November 26th is the date. Anywho, with all that being said, let's hop out of here. So have a good rest of your night, day, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I am not in your time zone, but if I were, would it be a good place to be? Probably not. I don't know. I can't really judge. Anywho, on that note, I'm getting out of here. So, deuces, ooses, know ye.